Need another pillow for your butt?
Yep.
For your bum?
My ass. Ooh, my ass. Man.
Putting it on Twitter.
Man. What does this convert to? Holy crap, that's got an S-video connection on it. Oh, pretty handy.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's start a new recording. I've saved this Cerrito interview. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Well, I'll shared it on Twitter because you know that works and everyone's going to. File new. Save it.
Guess it's good that I got the cards pulled up because I don't have internet now.
My bad, bro. Sorry, I have crappy Wi-Fi here. Create. Yep. I just need to move a tad bit closer, huh? Hey, sit on down now. Damn, what opening we going? Whoops, not that. Not record.
Not that one.
Not that. Who's opening the show for us this week?
I don't know. Don't ask me important questions, right? I'm fried. Don't make me choose.
I'm not making you choose. You don't choose. Shut up.
I want big nothing.
Just shut up.
If that's the case, if that's the case, you need to go ahead and start thinking about your superstar of the week now. Yeah, really. Yeah.
I got one.
Sunglasses are I squinted for 4 days. It's bad.
Okay, what episode are we on? I think this is 48?
49.
40, no, you're right. You're right this time. 49.
I can't check that.
What network are you on? Are you trying to connect to?
I wouldn't know. I'm not on the internet. It is on guest.
See, that one's on guest and it's connected just fine.
Yeah, this one, it says it's limited. It's not on.
Try to open a new tab and go to Google and see if it directs you to authenticate.
Nope.
Okay.
That was immediate. Like, you are not connected, dude. Stay away from us. Still let me sign in as required on mine.
Okay. Well, you got the cards up, right?
Yeah. As long as they don't try to refresh and then disappear.
Don't let them refresh. It is episode 49, and we are talking to Kevin Cerrito about WrestleMania weekend. Get ready. This is the Oversell Podcast. Really make sure to put that in there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I leave that out. So it's just podcasts.
Yeah. Like Big Tennis is a part of it. It's kind of like when the announcer in TNA would say Bobby Roode. Jeremy Borash, that's who that is. Oh, yeah, thank you.
Man, fuck that guy.
Bobby!
He owes me $20. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Oversell podcast. My name is Derek.
I'm Mike.
And we're not recording.
You're still recording.
I'm still Mike.
I'm
Mike.
Laughing at
And I really like that intro too.
I like this one of these networks that I'm picking up. It's named DEA Surveillance.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Oversell podcast. My name is Derek.
I'm still Mike.
You still is.
And I'm recording this time.
Hit the record button.
And we're here to talk professional wrestling. Wrestlemania weekend has passed us, thank God. I don't know if I can handle any more wrestling after Monday, but it was still great to have so much wrestling to watch. But before we get to it, be sure you're following us on Twitter. We are at Oversell Podcast. I am at Derek, D-E-R-I-C-K, Oversell, O-V-E-R-S-E-L-L. Also, Facebook.com/Oversell Podcast.
I am at One Dangerous Dan, all spelled out. I'm also on Facebook, Dangerous Dan Matthews.
At WolfMike23.
Also, this is brand new. If you go out to YouTube and you search for the Oversell Podcast, we are now live streaming over on YouTube. I am in the best muscle shirt ever. Boom.
You will be able to see us as long as you're not on Derek's Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It all comes back to the bad Wi-Fi.
Nice.
Also, there's always Mixlr, mixlr.com/Oversell Podcast. Also, be sure you head over to oversellpodcast.com. Check out all of our episodes there. You can play them on the main player. Underneath that main player is the Amazon link. Mike, what can you do with that Amazon link?
You can buy stuff.
That's it. That's
all
you can
you
buy
do.
stuff.
There's no extra fees. There's no hidden fees. If you search and buy anything through that link right over there at oversellpodcast.com, we get a small commission on anything sold through that link. So you're helping out this podcast by shopping. Gentlemen,
And it's almost Christmas time again, so you need to start shopping.
there's multiple reasons. You got Mother's Day coming up. You've got Father's Day not too far ahead. Memorial Day. Buy gifts on Memorial Day, but just do it through Amazon at Oversell Podcast.
You can buy us stuff if you want.
Hey, buy it and send
We'll
it
put
to
it up
us.
in the background when people are watching not on Derek's Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it doesn't matter if y'all can't. We don't need to watch ourselves. Everyone can now see the.
ourselves over there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And you can see the awesome wrestling wall like over Dan's head. If you're watching live right now, you can see a picture of us with the future soon to be, has to be, or else it's a failure Hall of Famer, downtown Bruno. Right behind him
It
is.
ain't a Hall of Fame without Bruno in it.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Behind him is a picture of a WWE Hall of Famer, Coco Beware, Johnny Mundo's on the wall, Chris Jericho, future Hall of Famer Jerry Lawler, future Hall of Famer Chris Jericho, future Hall of Famer I would say Kurt Angle.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
Better be.
Speaking of the Hall of Fame, did you guys watch it at all?
Yes, I did.
I have still not watched that one.
That was long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
that pause there.
say this though. It wasn't. They had the Warrior Award, which was the first time it was ever presented, and they had the presentation to Conor Mahalick's dad and everything. And it just seemed like that part of the program kind of just slowed down
This year
to
was
a standstill.
Yeah.
And Warrior's wife wasn't as long-winded as she was last year.
Okay.
Right.
But she still had 3 pages worth of stuff to read in front of everybody. So I mean, I get, they want to put her out there. They want to make the award mean something, and it did.
Right.
So
Right.
it
To Joan London.
Yeah, to Joan London.
But they need to harp on these inductors.
Mm-hmm.
Ric Flair talked too long about him and Ricky Steamboat and not him and Sting.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. You put Ric Flair up there, and he's railing on everybody in the crowd. That is. You can let him do that all day long. I will listen to that. He's out there pointing to Steamboat going, yeah, me and you, we're both 0 for 4, buddy, on marriage. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I loved it. But at the same time, I was kind of going, man, he's not talking about Sting at all, really.
That's the problem I had with it.
That was the only problem I had with it. it's hilarious, you know. I mean, but you know, Flair is Flair, always will be,
Right.
You know, and you know, they come out there and tell him he can talk about anything. That was the wrong person. You could tell he could talk about anything.
And he even showed up here tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Showed the crowd there on the YouTube stream.
Is that off your Wrestle Crate?
That's from Wrestle Crate, and the pièce de résistance is a Kenny Omega autographed picture. The stream is still going, even though the
laptop went to sleep.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hey, we're still there.
It's still going. It's still going. I'll have to fix that.
Yeah.
Next time I'll just throw this battery over there and hit one of the buttons.
Let's see. I was so happy to see the Freebirds get in, but man, Terry Hayes kept going on and on and on. Michael Hayes. Terry Hayes is a supervisor at my work. Whoops.
What was he doing there?
I don't know. He was making a really long speech too.
Oh,
But no, Michael Hayes, dude.
I love the Terry Gordy story though.
Yeah.
That he told the couple of niggas like he missed.
Yeah, I did see that story.
What are you laughing at? You missed.
That's a great story.
Yeah, and you know, back in the rock and roll days of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
It just, and I was really happy for like Jacqueline because
oh god, yeah,
how much time she spent down here on USWA and Channel 5.
Her speech was shortened to the point, you know. She didn't really go too much into thanking individuals too much, you know. But you know, still, you know, it's so cool to get her to get to see her go in, you know. And they picked a good one when they picked Jacqueline to go in. So
I agree. You know, a Godfather's speech, I thought, as a lot of them, he was short.
Yeah,
short, sweet, to the point.
I didn't like the fact that they didn't acknowledge Papa Shango and the Kama gimmick.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't like that the fact that they just kind of blew that off to the side and I was like, oh, we're inducting the Godfather. We're not going to talk about Kama.
I haven't even watched it yet, but I didn't like that when I heard it was Godfather going in, not Charles, whatever his
Charles Wright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you should just put in one gimmick. I mean, it should be the man himself that did it.
Yeah.
I mean, like they did with Scott Hall. They didn't put Razor Ramon in.
Mm-hmm.
They put Scott Hall.
Right.
Yeah, and I think the reason the Godfather had to keep his speech short is because if he started getting into stories, I think a lot of people might have gotten into trouble.
Yeah.
But you know, the ceremonies was what it was. I mean,
he owns the Cheetah Club in like Las Vegas, doesn't he, or something? I think.
I don't know.
Because he's a legit strip club owner. Yeah.
Did he mention at all the Good Father?
No.
Frank the Censor was great.
Right. Was awesome. Sting retired.
Yeah.
Which, you know, that when he said that, I kind of swelled up a little bit because Sting was a wrestler I loved watching when I was just a little boy because he was so high energy and, you know, he got saved by fucking RoboCop.
He'll be back in some capacity in some way, shape, or form, you know.
I could see them, if they do a brand split, him getting one of the brands.
Yeah.
Like maybe putting him in charge of SmackDown or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, maybe even Raw.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Sting was growing up. He was just so cool. Mm-hmm. The painted face.
Oh yeah.
The energy in his matches.
Bright paint tights or the green ones, and
right.
He was just a walking neon stick.
Yeah, and you know he's one of those guys that, you know, once he realized something was getting kind of stale, he just tweaked what he was doing and it became fresh again.
Yeah.
He did the Crow gimmick, then he joined the NWO, then he went to TNA, and he was doing Crow Sting, but he kind of turned it into the Joker and want to get crazy with that. And I like the joke he made. He's like, "Can I bring up Crow Sting, or can I bring up Joker Sting?" Yeah. Okay, there's Joker Sting too.
Yeah.
But you know, it was very long, and it just added to another long weekend of wrestling. And it started really off with NXT, which wasn't a great show, but it started at freaking
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm getting by that time I'm usually getting ready for bed.
It didn't end till like 11:30 or something.
Yeah, but it was a tremendous card.
Oh, it was a hell of a show, top to bottom.
Let's go through the card. Mike was the first match. I think it was tag match, wasn't it?
Pull it over here. Yeah, American Alpha. We want to go ahead and just talk about the whole thing.
Yeah.
American Alpha defeated the tag champs, the Revival.
Excellent match.
fantastic. That is tag team wrestling to a T.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Revival is one of those guys that they're going to work on a limb or something throughout the whole match. They're going to keep the guy, you know, contained to their corner. You know, it's just classic tag team wrestling. But when it's done so well like that, it just makes great matches. And the emotion that was pouring out of Jason Jordan after they won that match, I loved it.
Yep.
You know, that shows that these folks down in NXT, they're not just in it for the money. You know, the money's a nice part, but they're in it because they love wrestling.
Oh yeah, passion. Kind of you get to see who appreciates it when you see something like that,
Right.
You know, and Jason Jordan appreciated it. You know, he knows what it means. So there you go. Happy to see them guys get their due.
Yes, and you know, I think there's, I think the chase. I think you know, it's not over between those two teams.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have
more. Yeah, there's going to be a couple more back and forths on that one.
Yeah. Did any of us predict them winning? I know I said the Revival.
I think I said the Revival too.
I don't remember what I said. To be honest.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, you're talking
that
about
was way back a week ago.
that was before the 30 hours of wrestling we had.
Yeah, the 30 hours of wrestling and
it's just exhausting because you had this 3-hour show Friday. You had the Hall of Fame, which was 4 or 5 hours on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
You had WrestleMania was 6.
Yeah.
6 flipping hours.
Yep.
And then you have another 3 hours on Monday. By the time Tuesday got here, I'm like, I'm so sick. I don't want to go. I don't want to. Wrestling. Don't talk to me about wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it was a lot. What was the next NXT?
Austin Aries defeated Baron Corbin.
That was a quick roll up there.
Yeah.
And it was an all right match. It wasn't the best of the night. Wasn't the best of the weekend, but it was all right.
No, it served its purpose.
Right.
You know.
And that was to get, you know, a win on Austin Aries.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of to brush Baron Corbin out the door.
Right.
I mean,
I don't think Baron Corbin's completely out the door. You know, because you got that formula where Kevin Owens was back and forth between NXT and the main roster for a little bit. You know, we're seeing a lot of that where, you know, guys are kind of back and forth between main roster and then their NXT and then their main roster and then their NXT and everything. You know, that may not be a full push towards the main roster. You know, which, you know, I was so happy to see Enzo Cass finally get on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah,
that was awesome. So, but we'll get to that later.
After that, I mean, yeah, and Chris Hero, I think, once said that a match should end at any time. You know, you never should expand, and that was the bit. That was a good part of it.
No, yeah.
I mean, and I'm happy Austin Aries is in NXT. I think he's going to have some good matches with some folks down there.
Yep.
Next match?
Sami Zayn, Nakamura.
That was match of the night. That was match of the night.
That wasn't just match of the night. That was match of the weekend.
Match of the year.
My God. Those knees that Shinsuke Nakamura was throwing all match long, you know, his entrance.
Yeah.
That entrance, the music was awesome.
Yep.
And he's just coming out and he's throwing those weird
signs and everything.
Those weird arthritic signs everywhere.
Hand gestures and everything going every direction.
Getting in the ring and doing that huge drop back. And, you know, the crowd was into this match the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like Sammy. It was a back and forth match, but I didn't mind that at all because those guys were giving it everything.
Oh yeah.
And Sami Zayn didn't get hurt in it, though, which is great.
Yeah, that's always a plus.
Especially with some of those knees that get thrown around in a Nakamura match. But you know, I love
and the forearms that Zayn was throwing.
Well, whole forearm spot, man, where there was nothing but 3 minutes back and forth forearm shots.
Yeah.
Dan, tell us how it feels to take some of those forearm shots, because I know you've probably taken a couple of them.
I've given them better than I've taken them. Oh man, we that was one of the things, you know, I never threw a punch because I knew I sucked at punching, you know, and I was always afraid I was just going to knock the shit out of somebody.
Mm-hmm.
This is like, to me, hitting somebody with the forearm was safer. I knew how much contact I needed to make it look like I was making contact and not killing somebody, you know, but at the same time, if I needed to turn it up a notch and really knock the hell out of somebody because they were getting a little rowdy with me, I could do that. So I can tell you from experience, I've had my bell rung pretty good about some shots, some forearm shots, some punches and everything. So, but yeah, those were some solid shots those guys were going back
Yeah.
and forth with. That was amazing match. It really was from start to finish.
One of the favorite moves that I've seen Nakamura do is when someone throws a clothesline and he ducks it and goes into that armbar.
Oh yeah,
That is just so cool looking every time he does it. That big knee he does at the end of it just looks like it's devastating.
Oh yeah.
And they didn't have to change a thing about Nakamura on this card.
No.
They did. He was Nakamura that people that have watched him in New Japan, that people have watched in any Rev UK Pro, any of that indie stuff overseas.
Ring of Honor.
Right. If you got the Nakamura that we all seen, and I thought it's like Shaggy said, we thought he was going to be Mitsubishi Nintendo or something like that when he came up, or stuff like that, but it wasn't. And he came in his first match just
Stole WrestleMania weekend.
Yep, and I knew NXT was going to do it.
Yeah.
I knew that because they did it the last time in the Big Four.
Yeah.
What was the next match?
Asuka and Bayley.
How do you follow that match up? I thought, it wasn't the best NXT women's match.
No, it was a ground game the whole time.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It was a ground game. They only went up top maybe once or twice the whole match. That was, it was. I'll compare that to the Super Bowl. Everybody expected this hellacious game and this, big offensive game and everything, and it ended up being the defensive game, and everybody was like, this is the shittiest Super Bowl ever. But
wait a minute.
If you're not.
You're talking about the Buccaneers Super Bowl. That was an awesome Super Bowl.
No, I'm talking about this year's Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
But no, everybody expected this huge offensive, thing to happen with Peyton Manning, and it didn't happen. He got stopped dead in his tracks. He scored when it mattered, but he got stopped dead in his tracks, and it turned out to be a pure defensive game. This was a total, different take on, a match where, you had two great workers. They could work great on the ground, and Bayley, she can go up top when she needs to or whatever. They had one or two moves from the top and all, and it's just not like, you can't expect everything to just blow you out of the water.
Right.
As a mat technician, I loved it. I loved the match.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not taking away from the match at all, but it followed Nakamura and Zayn, which when they said that match was coming up next, I was shocked. I was like, that should be a co-main event match.
Right.
But Asuka and Bayley killed it. We got a new NXT Women's Champion in Asuka.
I think it was really just showing Asuka taking Bayley out of her comfort zone.
Yeah.
Showing the difference that Asuka is and what kind of champion she's going to be, and that, like I said, she just took Bayley out of her element.
Yeah, I completely agree. But still, tremendous
Still
match.
a great match. Yeah.
And I was kind of hoping that would lead into seeing Bayley on Monday night since she lost, but they really didn't give her like a swan song or anything like that. So
she's not done in NXT.
No,
not after watching all that. She's not done in NXT. But I'm going to tell you right now, if they really want to make some money, they got to put her on the main roster damn quick.
Yeah.
That gimmick can lose steam. It's prospering right now in NXT.
Yeah.
If they pushed it to the main roster, it'd go through the roof.
Yeah.
And they got to hurry up and pull that trigger. They got to get her on the main roster, make her some money, make the company some money. Because she caters to that young girl. Genre, demographic. My daughter, my 9-year-old daughter, loves Bayley. That's the first thing I'd say. Whenever I'm watching a pay-per-view or whatever, I'll yell in the other room, "Hey, women are wrestling. Here comes these 2 feet running down the hallway, man. Oh, the women are wrestling. Is it Bayley? Yeah, it's Bayley. All right, cool. You watch women go on.
That's awesome. But, hell of a match. New NXT Women's Champion. And Asuka is crazy good.
Yeah.
Next match.
Oh, the next thing, not the match yet, but just a little small highlight. Seeing Bobby Roode there in the crowd.
That was nuts. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What is going on here? Why?
And I think he just tweeted something like, just stay tuned or something like that.
He's gonna sign with it.
Yeah, he has. I believe he has signed.
When I heard NXT, or when I heard TNA was losing Bobby Roode and Eric Young, my prediction was Bobby Roode comes to NXT and Eric Young is going to go to Ring of Honor. Half that's come true so far. Because I just don't see Eric Young
Well, they actually, what I read was they were more interested in Eric Young than Bobby Roode.
Oh, so they're more interested in a short guy with a beard. That's kind of a fan favorite.
Eric Young has charisma.
Yeah.
You can't to steal a saying. You can't teach that. You know, he's got charisma, and he's already got a good character base, you know, to build off of. You know, he was always a crazy character.
He's great at
off
drawing
the wall
heat too.
Oh yeah. So you know, no matter what he does, it gets people involved.
But I hope they're both coming in.
Oh yeah. I'd love to see both of them there.
Yeah, it could start some sort of weird invasion. Or it could have been just been saying. Or
I just wish James Storm would have decided to stay.
Yeah,
But,
poor guy.
yeah.
That was looking back. That was not a great decision.
I'm not totally sure who soured on who. If
Well,
he soured on them or if they soured on him.
I think the NXT kind of soured on him because he was a Billy Gunn guy, and Billy Gunn got let go because of that. You know,
Oh yeah.
And they saw him like, well,
That and apparently TNA threw him a shit ton of money. They were like, please come back.
Well, they learned from that one, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they lost Bobby Roode and Eric Young.
Throw Mickey James off the platform again.
So stupid.
Yeah.
That's such a stupid one.
Yep.
What was the next one?
But that brings us to the NXT Championship. Finn Balor, Samoa Joe.
Violent match. I had a problem with them coming out constantly wiping the blood off Samoa Joe. I mean,
A lot of people had a problem with that.
Oh yeah.
kind of killed the whole momentum they had in the match.
I like the fact that he was throwing the guys off of him though.
Yeah.
He was shoving guys away from him that were trying to wipe the blood.
Yeah.
So that added to the realistic part of like this guy's an animal. You know, they're trying to get in there and help him. He don't want no help, and he's shoving people off of him like, get the hell off me.
And I loved it when at some point there was a chant like, let him bleed, let him bleed.
Yeah.
He starts nodding along to it.
It was PG sucks.
Fuck
PG sucks
and fuck PG.
and fuck PG.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
best chant of the night, though, was in the Nakamura Zayn match. Fight forever.
Fight forever.
Never heard
Yeah.
a chant.
Never heard a fight forever chant before.
And that was great. But, it kind of shocked me that Joe didn't go over and win the belt there.
Yeah.
Because I thought, Finn Balor drops the belt. We're going to see him on either Mania or Raw with some buddies of his. And
Right.
we didn't get it. I was shocked when I saw that. I was like, oh, shit, we may not be seeing Balor Club this weekend. But otherwise, great physical match. It was just slowed down by, I'm sure
By
that,
the blood.
Joe didn't plan on getting cut like that.
Right.
And
Especially that early.
They might be using a different formula. They might have learned from the past that maybe they shouldn't do everything the night after Mania.
yeah.
We saw some debuts. But
Yeah. And how do I say this? Usually, typically, WrestleMania, and it didn't seem like it with this WrestleMania. We can go ahead and jump right into it with this WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Usually, it's the culmination of a lot of angles and storylines and feuds.
mm-hmm.
And
It's kind of like the end of their year.
right. It's the end, and then the next night on Raw, it's everything.
It's like a reset button.
Yeah, right. And it just didn't seem like that this year. You had a lot of gimmicks carrying over. I mean, we had the.
Well, I think everybody being injured really hurt that card.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really hurt that card. And I honestly thought everybody that was on WrestleMania worked hard to make it a unique show.
Absolutely.
It was a great show. It's not the best WrestleMania ever.
Oh, no.
By any stretch of the imagination, it's not the
no
best
17.
WrestleMania. No, no, it's not anything like that. By any stretch of the imagination. But they surprised me. They made me go, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
And they delivered good matches. They really did.
We're going to talk to Kevin Cerrito here in a bit about some stuff with WrestleMania. I really want to get in depth with it, you guys. Apparently, there was a problem with the Wi-Fi at AT&T Stadium, and that delayed a lot of people getting in. And then
And I saw something like, was it 40,000 or something?
trying to get in through
Yeah.
one tunnel.
Yeah.
And what that was, they're trying to put wristbands on as an extra security or something, and they realized like this is not going to work.
That wasn't
so
working.
when you get to like these matches on the pre-show, it looks like no one's even there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the pre-show matches, they were what they were. I mean, I was actually cooking on the grill, slaving over a hot grill for you.
Oh, yeah. We were
Roast
good.
Eagle. And
We
dude,
appreciated it too. It was
I
good
hope-
food.
Was the food good?
Food was good.
I can cook a burger.
Yeah, you can, man. You're a good cook.
I ended up having a Papa Murphy's.
Oh, nice. Did you get the 5 meat
Oh, yeah.
demon?
Oh yeah.
5 meat demon.
Oh,
That 5 meat stuffed pizza is not.
I slept good
Is
that
not.
night.
Oh,
Can't play with
I
that.
wouldn't have slept at all because I've been backed up after eating all that. But I was running in and out, so I really didn't get to watch those matches. But Duke and Mo did. I think they had a good time, and watching pay per view with Mo was interesting. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
He sure doesn't like Kevin Owens though.
No.
Which Kevin Owens, I don't really want to go through the pre-show matches too much. I mean, the Total Divas won. Brie got her go away. Kalisto kept the title, which we figured they weren't going to have a title drop on the pre-show. And the Usos and the Dudleys. Well, it's the Usos and the Dudleys.
I think it was funny though that they were at AT&T Stadium and the Wi-Fi went out.
Hey man, Jerry. For some reason, Jerry's World was just not ready for this paper.
No, not at all.
So
Actually, the guy I worked with at the Grizzlies, he actually went to WrestleMania, and I think he said his seats were like the first row of the risers. So I mean, he was still pretty good ways away.
But he could see over
But
everybody.
yeah, he was going to be able to still have a good view of everything. He wouldn't have to look up and watch it on the screen.
Yeah.
But said when he got there, they had double sold his tickets.
Oh, damn.
So there was another group there that supposedly had his seat. Said they took him in the back and tried to fix it all, and said he said to him it took forever. And he said he was trying to be polite, not trying to be an ass or anything, but at the same time like I spent a lot of money on this. I want to be out there watching.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually they moved him to 5th row.
oh shit.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Did he have fun?
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. He said it was
That's
great.
awesome. It wasn't Vince, was it?
No,
Okay.
no.
We need to get this guy on. I have to have him come over one night.
Yeah, I'll give him a thought. Yeah.
So, but the match opened up, and I thought this was shocking that it opened up with the ladder match.
I called that. I told
I
y'all
know,
that.
I know
They
you
started it with the same thing last year.
I would have thought AJ Jericho would have been the best way to start it off. Get that crowd. They could have gotten the crowd riled,
Mm-hmm.
and then kept them, and then the ladder match come later and get them back up and going.
And the guy who nobody picked.
It's
Nobody picked Zack Ryder.
except for Shaggy.
Shaggy did pick Zack Ryder.
Yeah, Shaggy picked Zack Ryder.
Dude, he
So-
was freaking out. He sent me a text.
Damn.
He was like, dude, I'm like freaking out right now. And he also called the American Alphas just because they started selling shirts.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he's right on, man. Shaggy knows his stuff. Shout out to at Shaggy Black on Twitter,
Smart people
TTHMC
annoy me.
podcast. But yeah, when I was shocked. And then they go drop it on him.
He drops it the next night.
Yeah. 2
They're
minutes.
like, well, that was fucking pointless.
because Maurice is back. Like,
Yeah.
Gives two shits if she's back.
Because apparently she's going to be on Total Divas, so they had to bring her back to put
son
her
of
on.
a bitch. Why can't
They're
this
dropping. I think they're dropping Alicia Fox, and they're dropping.
drop Paige so she can go back to being in the title picture?
They're dropping
Yeah.
one other person. I forgot who it was.
I think Naomi is coming back as like a full time or something.
Yeah.
I just read about it, but I can't check it now for some odd reason.
But they're still going to have the Bellas on there for the next season.
Yeah.
They're turning Bree's retirement into a freaking episode or something on there.
Like I only watched I think the first 2 episodes, and then I was done with it. But I don't like how it's not current with what you're watching on Raw.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand they really can't do that. They can't
But it's-
film all that.
Here's
I've
an
got-
idea. Just stop the damn show.
I've got inside information too that whole thing's a fucking work anyway. So
Oh yeah, all of it is. You can tell that off of the.
I mean,
can
you
tell
can-
that off the
I
first
can-
episode.
I could tell that two seasons in when who is it? Summer Rae shows up, and Summer Rae shows up at Natty's door or something,
Right.
and she's got a problem with Natty, and all of a sudden she decides she's gonna just slap her in the face, and I'm like, yeah, you'd be in jail right now if you did that.
I actually had kind of high hopes for that show. I thought like the way they were selling it was actually going to be more of a behind the scenes type thing, and you're actually going to get to know these people and see what they go through. But no, it's just another hour of wrestling.
Yeah.
It's another hour of WWE.
Right.
Yeah, scripted reality.
Yeah, well, I should have figured out when they put on E Network.
Yeah.
That it's what I envisioned. What Breaking Ground was is what I thought Total Divas
Yeah,
was
that's
going
that's
to
what I thought.
And I love Breaking Ground.
Yeah, no, that's
It's a whole lot better concept than Total Divas.
But we digress.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of cool spots in this match, and I saw a GIF today, and it was, it was titled "We're Destined to Do This Forever."
And it had the
It was Kevin
back
Owens
body drop onto the ladder.
Kevin Owens kept back body dropping Sami Zayn onto the ladder, man.
Yeah.
And that suplex he gave Owens at the end there onto the ladder where Owens just
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Painful.
I think my reaction, if you remember, was, "Yep, he's dead."
Sin Cara went off the ladder, or he got pushed off onto a ladder and ended up doing a crossbody onto another ladder was it Stardust or?
Yeah, Sin Cara onto Stardust.
Stardust, I loved
the
his
polka
tights.
dots with the hard
Yeah.
times tights.
I love those tights.
Yeah.
A very classy tribute to his father.
Yeah.
And then the ladder.
Yeah.
His own
the-
ladder
yeah.
with polka dots.
A small note on that, and if anybody out there in the podcast world knows, Dustin Runnels is looking for the original NWA title that his father held.
Wow.
He says that there's a distinction in this one as it's got a dent in the globe on it, and people have been, I've kind of been watching this to see if anybody comes up with it, but he's looking for the original NWA title that his father held, specifically the one that his father held. And he knows which one it is because it's got this little dent mark in the globe, and I guess the globe emblem or something.
Right.
It's got a dent mark in it somewhere. So he knows specifically, by looking at this dent mark, which one it is, I guess. So, but if anybody out there, Dustin P. Runnels on Facebook, if y'all want to get a hold of him, I'm just passing the word along because I see it and I like the guy. I've liked the guy since he was Dustin Rhodes on WCW. I've been a long time fan of his. But yeah, that he's looking for that title belt. So if anybody knows where it is, I think he was even pointed to High Spots at one point, and I don't think he heard back from them yet. So,
well, good luck to him. Good luck to him. But next match,
Jericho and Styles.
and they put these matches back to back, but I think they're in the reverse order. The Styles Clash now is so weak.
Yeah.
After that match.
Yeah.
It is a DDT. It is a clothesline. It's a Hurricane Rana.
They're wanting him to just do more of the calf crusher.
But even that didn't finish Jericho either.
Yeah.
But
that's a problem we talked about. Finishers aren't finishers anymore.
That's true.
They're just another move.
But
yeah,
Jericho going over made no sense to me.
It made no sense to me either.
But
I was shocked.
Unless you think of it in a non-kayfabe way, and Vince is not going to put over.
Well, yeah, of course.
Someone he didn't create. And what's crazy is AJ Styles has now wrestled in two of the biggest venues, or in two of the biggest shows ever in wrestling. Wrestle Kingdom 10 over at the Tokyo Dome.
Yep.
Earlier this year, and WrestleMania. That's incredible. And it would have been great to put him over.
And it still just doesn't make sense of why not.
Well, then, the next night, he wins the number one
Right.
contender,
Yeah.
and he's in the main event at Payback now.
Right. It just doesn't make any sense at all.
And it is Extreme Rules next.
Yeah.
Not Payback.
Thanks. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
Extreme Rules.
Well, they can get rid of that. We'll talk about
Styles
more of
Clash
that.
on a pole match.
Well, once he brings it down, it's not going to be effective.
But you know what? Those guys went out there, and you're never going to see two harder workers against each other in a ring.
Yeah.
With Chris Jericho, with AJ Styles, man, those guys are just lighting it up.
Yeah.
And it's just.
I still think that Jericho is running in slow motion compared to Styles. He's just. I won't say slow motion. I'll take that back. I won't say slow motion. I'll say he's probably a half a step to a step behind him at all times.
Right.
It just feels like Styles is having to slow down to work Jericho almost.
Right.
Jericho's old.
Yep.
He's doing what he can.
Yeah.
Gotta love him. Can't hate the guy for coming out and trying to get AJ over. you know. But
and then not putting him over.
and then not putting him over. Yeah.
Just doesn't make any sense.
I
But
don't understand.
overall, great match.
Yeah.
Next
We
match.
knew it would be. League of Nations and New Day.
New Day's entrance was the entrance of the night for me.
Oh yeah.
I'll discuss this with Kevin Cerrito here soon. But the Super Saiyan outfits, Xavier Woods is such a nerd. Or a geek. I'm going to say geek. And you know what? It made me so happy because he had a tail.
Oh yeah.
He had the Saiyan tail
Mhm.
Yes.
around, and he had the the Goku crazy haircut or Vegeta haircut. I don't know which one he was, but coming out of the big box of Bootio cereal with Bootios everywhere kicking around and stuff. And did you see the side of the box? Or
Yeah.
pictures of the side of the box and some of the
and the
ingredients.
ingredients.
That was awesome.
Michael Cole-isms.
And then
Unicorns and rainbows.
League of Nations comes out, and they have to kick through all the Bootios.
Yeah.
There's nothing flashy
Yeah.
to their entrance. They had to wear T-shirts, and they're coming to the ring for a fight.
Yeah, they came out as heels.
Yeah, and it worked for them. It's another one of those things where this WrestleMania to me was just weird.
It was.
I don't
There were
get.
so many heel finishes that night.
I don't get the
So
League of
many heel
Nations going
finishes.
over there.
I don't get it either. And then immediately, Michaels, Stone Cold, and Mick Foley hit the ring and
Right.
do the man.
Right.
Right.
It's just like, yeah, let's get this big heel group over, and then have these three guys come out and squash them immediately.
I think that was the whole point of that match, was just to have
that moment.
Foley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if New Day would have won, that wouldn't have happened.
No.
Unless, the numbers took over and, it was a quick roll up or something, and then all four members of League of Nations jumped on, but they had to cut the promo afterwards. And
Yeah, when Shawn came out in his gear, I'm like, what the hell? Shawn Michaels is in his wrestling gear.
Yeah.
And
it was like the picture we posted of Seth Rollins, the different faces of him.
I saw that.
That one thing, one of the comments I made when Sean came out was like, he comes out and he's like, I'm hunting this shit, and then like eventually like Mick comes out and he's wearing what he usually wore to the ring, and then Stone Cold comes out and he's wearing jeans and a t-shirt, and Sean's looking over at Stone Cold, and I went, what? You didn't have to get dressed up for this?
I saw a picture, and I think it was when those guys were wrestling or something. The Big E got a hold of one of Stone Cold's beers
Mm-hmm.
and was drinking it like on the mat. Thing, and the caption was like, "It's just one of those days."
Yeah.
So they come out and destroy the League of Nations. Stone Cold does his thing, and
He's dancing with
With
Xavier
the
and then stuns Xavier.
and then I love Kofi. He's just standing there, what? No! Oh my god! And they didn't help him because I guess they realized like, yeah, we're not gonna fuck with Stone Cold.
exactly. Yeah.
But it was a good match. I love the New Day, and their entrance just was incredible. Probably the best entrance all weekend long.
Yeah.
But it didn't make sense for them to lose.
No, it
not
didn't.
at all. Next match.
Looks like it was the Brock Lesnar and Ambrose street fight.
This match was good, but to me it seemed short
It seemed very short.
and
An abrupt finish.
Yeah.
I mean, just all of a sudden it was done.
right, and Dean did. There was no, and I know they're trying to get away from this in wrestling, but this is a match where you have to have color.
Yeah.
I know why you're laughing.
The facial expression of Paul Heyman when Dean picked up the chainsaw. The facial expression alone was worth having that match.
But it's just no blood, and I know they're trying to get away from it, but this is like the one exception I think you had to make. You had to let those guys.
If there's a chainsaw gets brought out, there should be blood. I
I'm
don't care
gonna-
if it's used or not.
If I put barbed wire to my face in any way, I'm sure there's going to be blood.
Mm-hmm.
Dean rubbed his face on it like it was
practically
a towel.
practically ate it.
Yeah, and no blood. It was just weird.
It was PG barbed wire.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, a PG chainsaw.
Yeah.
And I like Brock teasing him with the kendo sticks. I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah.
But, people crap on Roman Reigns for having 2 or 3 moves. Brock has 2. He has a German suplex, and he has an F5.
But he Brock fucking Lesnar.
Yeah.
And technically, he's got 3. He's got the Kimura.
He doesn't even do the Kimura anymore.
He did the last time, but not this time.
Yeah.
But it's just short, and it just added to the weirdness of this WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And the quote of the night that Dan gave me was, Rock comes out later with a flamethrower. Like Dean Ambrose really could have used that thing. But I guess that wouldn't work out.
That was so good.
What was the next match?
Hell in a Cell. Taker and Shane.
There was one thing to this match, and that was Shane McMahon's
Yeah, I'll say it. This was kind of a letdown.
Yeah.
I mean, for these two, granted, yeah, it would have been a whole lot better 10 years ago, but
I mean,
this match only had the one spot, really.
right. That's all it was. I mean, and I'll tell you this, and Dan can tell you, I started covering my eyes when Shane got to the top and started looking down, like, don't do this. Don't do it, Shane. Do not do this.
He got to the top, and it took forever for him to decide to
Oh,
jump
yeah.
off, and I was just like, shit, did I tell them to build this cell 30 feet high or 40 feet high? Damn it.
I almost had a panic attack, like, please don't do it, please don't do it, please don't do it. When he
That was a
jumped off.
long way down. It was a long
And
way down.
you could see kind of like how padded that table was that he went through.
I
And
don't
if
know
you
what it
could,
had.
go back and watch it, and there was stuff underneath that table.
Okay,
Okay,
well,
underneath it. Okay.
maybe underneath it, but nothing but plywood on the top of it.
Yeah.
Right, but it went through onto some.
Well,
Rather
it's
bouncy.
still a rough landing for
Well,
to
I'm
land
not-
on
I'm
plywood from
from
40
that high,
feet
yeah.
up.
I'm not taking that away from him. It's just, it was a letdown of a match.
Yeah.
And,
I thought it was really cool he came out with his kids.
yeah,
Yeah.
I liked his
That
entrance.
was nice.
Undertaker's entrance seemed to not take forever.
Because everybody sat through the Hall of Fame the night before.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in retrospect, the entrance wasn't as long. But it was, and it didn't matter anyway because on the next night of Raw, Shane got control of Raw.
Yeah, but that was just for
So
the night.
So, but it may end up being full time. We don't know yet. Next match.
The Andre the Giant long title match.
I actually really enjoyed.
That was
it.
a cool, that was a cool battle royal.
Tatanka was in it, man.
Freaking
Tatanka.
Shaquille freaking O'Neal.
Diamond Dallas
Really?
Page, and we're going to talk about this with Kevin Cerrito. I thought Diamond Dallas Page looked great.
Oh, DDP was awesome.
He looked great. And for me, I'm happy the right person won, in my opinion.
Baron Corbin, yeah.
It's going to set him up.
It was a
to be
surprise entrant. As far as we know,
and
right?
he didn't even have a big entrance. He came in with the crowd. It seemed like they were all walking to the ring,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of didn't see Baron Corbin. I didn't notice it until the match. I was like, Baron Corbin's in this match. That's awesome. And then I was like, Tatanka's in this match. That's crazy.
And then DDP got his entrance. And
Yeah. And it looks like they may be setting up Shaq versus Big Show next year at WrestleMania.
that's what Shaq wants. He even
Yeah.
said, in the interview, he wants Big Joe next year at WrestleMania. But
that may end up being like
They
Undertaker
double
Shane.
choke slam Kane.
That
was nuts.
Yeah, but Baron Corbin, it sets him up to be a huge heel.
Yeah.
Because he has something to boast about.
or it sets him up to be buried because apparently anybody who wins this match is
Yeah, that's true too.
No, Show won it last year, and he's still in so.
And now they have,
he's never going away.
but it was alright.
Well, no, that's not true now, because when he was on Stone Cold's podcast, he said he's got 2 good years left
Oh,
anyway. He's
yeah.
done. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Next match.
It's when they run out the Rock,
Did we skip the match?
not according to WWE.
Okay, the women's match hasn't happened already?
don't refresh.
I think refresh. Yeah, it was under there. It was before the Hell in a Cell.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah.
I loved Charlotte Flair's entrance in that one.
Yeah, Charlotte.
With Ric Flair's old robe.
Yeah,
Yep, Ric Flair. She had Ric Flair's old robe, and
his retirement match. Yeah,
and then Sasha comes out, and she's wearing Eddie Guerrero tights.
That was
Yeah.
awesome too.
And then Becky comes out, and I'm like, great. I'm not wearing anything historic.
she left with something historic though.
Those
Oh,
ladies,
that Shiner, man.
Oh yeah,
those ladies tore it up.
Yeah, they did.
They stole
Yeah.
the show.
That was a
in my opinion.
great match.
That moonsault Charlotte Flair hit
Mm-hmm.
to the outside. I thought that's one of the best moonsaults I think I've ever seen. They were just It looked incredible. I was really I think I picked Charlotte or Sasha to win, but I think the right winner won. I have no problems with Charlotte winning that match because it's kind of like, for her, it felt like kind of like a title retention.
And we got the new
Thank God.
WWE
That
Women's title.
That belt looks
Their championship.
awesome.
Throw that butterfly bitch in the trash can.
Dude, put that in the next ship that's going into outer space.
Yeah.
And leave it there so that some alien race finds it and says, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Yeah.
You already know Earl Hebner's selling it out back right now.
Mike Chioda probably picked it up. He's going to prance around in it. You know. But anyway, that belt looks fantastic. I love the design of it. And people will be like, "Oh, man."
And I love the presentation of it, too, with Lita and all that.
Yeah.
That was a great way to introduce that belt.
Right. And the right person to win because, the Divas title, or the champion is still the champion. And now Sasha Banks is probably going to be that person chasing it. Well, actually, after Raw, it looks like Natalia's
Natalia's going after it now.
That makes me happy, too.
Yeah.
We know how much I love Natalia. What was the next match?
Then that was The Rock coming out to announce.
Bray Wyatt gets killed again by someone at WrestleMania.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, you can say, and my buddy Fred.
And granted, he's still injured, but if that's the case, don't put him out there.
Well, I think The Rock asked him if he wanted to do it. My buddy Fred over at the Kayfabe Connection, letter K, F-A-B-E Connection on Twitter and on iTunes. Go subscribe, go follow. Great wrestling fan. He teaches me a lot about wrestling outside of the WWE and NXT. But he was complaining. He went on a good small rant about he got a rub from The Rock. He got the rub.
Yeah.
That's great. He's gotten the rub this past 3 years, and what's it gotten? Not shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna discuss this with Kevin Cerrito here soon. But I just didn't like. There was a 6-second match with Eric Rowan, and then
Which was completely pointless.
Yeah, it was a rock bottom and done. Braun Strowman, you want to have this monster, but you're not doing anything with them.
Yeah.
And then Bray has to catch a people's elbow to end the night.
Yeah, because they were, for the longest time they were talking about having Braun Strowman win the Battle Royal, and that was going to be his, big push, and then didn't even have him in it.
Just doesn't, whatever. The Rock had a flamethrower. That was the coolest thing.
And then Cena came out to help him.
Yeah. And he's still not going to be cleared full time for quite a while.
Yeah, they're saying maybe May.
Why didn't he just keep the flamethrower and keep Cena in the back?
There you go.
Yeah.
He had a fucking flamethrower.
Why did you put the flamethrower down?
And then that brings us to
The championship match.
finally 4 hours later. We're finally at the main
And
event.
this match didn't even start until 10:30.
Yeah. I mean, and it was a long. It was a
10:45 if you count the speech that Stephanie McMahon gave.
Oh yeah, dude, that was pretty cool.
That intro-
That was awesome. Yes.
And do you know who all those people were that were in the masks?
All the NXT guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
bunch of NXT
Hideo
guys.
Itami was one of them I
Yeah.
saw, and Baron Corbin was actually there. So he had a WrestleMania moment. He was dude in the mask and all. And
I saw a funny edited pic where that had Stephanie and she was on top of that little platform and everything, and it had the Ghostbusters underneath her.
there was no step on Zul or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it
But
was
as far as
great.
the match goes,
It went like you thought it would.
Yeah.
But I was expecting more out of that match. I thought there'd be some sort of interference.
Steph got a spear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool moment. And then did you see the picture based off that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What are we gonna tell Triple H?
Yeah.
It was that picture. Like she actually had a grin on her face as she was laying there. And that's what made it.
Yeah, and Roman, he had just.
Yeah.
We'll just. But yeah, we all knew Triple H was going to drop the title to Roman, give him his WrestleMania moment. And, you can actually hear them. If you go back and watch Roman Reigns' entrance
Mm-hmm.
into that match, you can actually hear them cut volume to the mics.
Yeah.
So that
When he won too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They edited in cheers.
Yeah,
It was so
it-
blatantly obvious they edited in cheers.
It depends on who you ask, because X-Pac said that people were going crazy there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how good X-Pac's word is, because he's probably high the whole time he was at the match. Hopefully,
Yeah, I'll delete that invite to be on the show. There.
Yeah. But and I put it on. I asked people on Reddit, and they said, the people, there were more people cheering, and the people that were going to boo range just didn't have a reaction at all.
Yeah.
So that's why the cheers may have sounded a little louder, because other people were just like, thank God. More than likely, it was like, can we go home now?
Yeah,
I don't
really.
want to be a wrestling anymore.
Or more, it was like, shit, I gotta walk to the car now.
Do y'all think that's taking away from watching wrestling now? Is the crowd? Because it seems like the crowd now, they only want to be there is just to start chants and get on TV.
Yeah. There is some instances when they start chants and it takes away from a match.
It depends on how it's done, because at the NXT show, the chants just seem so organic. Like that "Fight Forever" chant. That was,
Right. I mean, yeah, that was.
But that's a basic organic reaction to a match. There's a lot of times when you're watching Raw and the crowd just kind of like goes off on their own.
They just start their own chants.
And the
just
problem
to do it.
I think the problem with that is they're not getting a good product in the ring.
I beg to differ there,
Well,
because they have chanted during some of the new women's matches. The new girls, they've chanted during their matches and shit all over them. And Paige actually got pissed and went off on Twitter a couple of times about it.
Yeah.
It's just like, y'all wanted us out here. We're out here, and now y'all are chanting about other shit and everything, and not even watching the match.
Because like sometimes I'll turn the volume down where I don't have to listen to it. I just want to watch the match.
That also helps with the commentary part of them.
Yeah, but I mean, halftime you can't. I mean, when you hear the crowd going, immediately you're trying to figure out what they're saying.
Right.
But then you're doing that the entire match, and you're not paying attention to the match, and it's just because all the people in the crowd are just trying to get their moment. They're trying to hijack the show.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it honestly, it depends on the crowd too.
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes it's cool.
You brace for it. Chicago.
Yeah.
Brace for it.
Right.
Brooklyn, New York, or anywhere up in there, brace for it.
Northeast.
Yeah. And when NXT came to Memphis, we chanted. I don't feel like we tried to hijack it. And it was also a house show. It wasn't on TV or anything like that. But, our chants, I thought we did it. I thought we were a great crowd.
And I'm not like shitting on people who start chants, but
Right.
it just seems like here lately, that's the only reason they go is to start chants and see what they can get going.
And it seemed like when last time Raw came to Memphis, I don't think, we're not the type of crowd that's going to take over a show. And mainly it's because, for a lot of us, wrestling was everything here in Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
And we go to a show just to watch it.
Yeah.
And, we don't get those loud pops or anything like that, mainly because, we're such a spoiled wrestling crowd over the years.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of stuff. And,
let some shit go down here, man.
Yeah. Now, one of the funniest chants I think we ever had in Memphis was Lita and Trish. And
I actually helped start one of those.
Yeah, we started chanting "Whoop that trick."
Whoop that trick.
Yeah.
Whoop that trick. So.
But that's become a Memphis
But no,
anyway now.
Yeah.
They had freaking Big Show say that on the air one night when he was here in Memphis. They had him saying, "I'm gonna whoop that trick," and everybody's like, "Oh, he said it."
Yeah. Side note: anytime I think of Big Show here in Memphis, two stories come up. One, it was on, I think they were here for SmackDown, and he was trying to show his strength, and they had a Jeep up on the stage.
Yeah.
And he was gonna, supposed to just tip it over, and they even had it jacked up on one side before he could tip it over. But I remember he tried and couldn't do it, and got pissed and slapped the windshield, and it shattered. And then the other one was one night, years and years ago, we went to an unnamed club, and he walked in and went and sat down off to the side, and then Raven walks in, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, your friend's over here." And Raven walked in and gave Big Show a lap dance right there. That was something to see.
Well, that was our WrestleMania review. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about Raw. We're going to talk to Kevin Cerrito. We're going to do our Memphis Wrestling Moment Superstar of the Week and get out of here. Stick around, folks. We will be right back. Throat is drying up. Okay, so might need to add break music.
Can we tell if anybody's watching?
I'm trying to, but
I'm
I don't.
seeing something at the bottom there. What's that bottom?
That's just camera interfaces.
Is that a comment or something that somebody put on there?
Nope. I don't need to make that face either. It looks stupid.
Say, what is that?
If you're just
What?
tuning in,
Words.
don't tune out. Derek doesn't stay like that in the camera the whole time.
Now, is this just streaming or does it save it to?
I don't know if it. We'll see. If it may actually save it. Let's see here. Need to find this. Drop it into iTunes so I can drop it into the show. Let's see. Bruno. Kevin. Or did I call it? I called it Cerrito. What did I call it? Yeah. Cerrito. Drop that in there. Going to GarageBand. Put that in there. Whose music do we want to come back to? Anyone? Oh, I guess I can't because I'm using that interface. You know what I realized? That thing's probably not getting audio. That's an input.
That's a possibility.
Yep. Whoops. Oh well.
Hang on. Let me check it.
Because it was probably picking up noise from this mic. Because this is a line in, not an out.
Well, I just heard a pop.
Yeah.
Probably
Now
needed
we've
to
gotten
do-
a buzz.
I think it's because you're holding it next to.
Ah, you're holding the pin.
Yeah.
There.
Shit, we gotta go. We're gonna do. Okay, baby. Shit.
Why you calling the cops, man?
Just because we got here late? Damn. I don't know. Did George say it was working?
He was the only thing he said was like, it's so small. It's so small. Okay. All right, we got like 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and start recording.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Oversell. Mike is over there getting. I got nothing. Let's
He's
talk
all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
a couple of quick hits I wanted to talk to on Raw. Shane was in charge of the night, and I thought that was weird because.
But he stayed backstage the whole time.
Yeah, and he didn't really. He made one match.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a four. You know, he made a four corners match or whatever you want to call it, or
Fatal 4-way.
Fatal 4-way. That's it. Thanks, Mike. With Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, AJ Styles, and Sami Zayn. And then Sami Zayn got jumped. And
then
Cesaro.
Cesaro.
He got a huge pop,
Huge
man.
pop.
And I was like, is he going to wrestle in a suit? Oh, shit. He's the tearaway
Tore
suit.
it off.
Woo! Couple of disappointments I had from Raw. We just talked about this with Kevin Cerrito. I didn't like that Bayley wasn't there. I thought that was a perfect night to debut her. And I was.
But they did debut a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, Apollo Crews.
Yeah.
And they debuted
Wouldn't
him against.
expect to see that.
I wasn't either. And they debuted him against Prince Pretty,
Yeah.
Tyler Breeze. Who else?
Look at your future, kid.
I loved Enzo and Cass coming in, and
Going at it with the Dudleys.
Yeah, man, and I was like, I saw one meme. It was like murder has been committed, and it showed a picture of Enzo and Cass and the Dudleys.
Yeah.
They had some. That was a great promo.
There was one I saw on that. When Enzo and Cass were cutting promos on the Dudleys, and then it had Ralphie from Simpsons going, "Please stop! They're already dead."
Any other highlights from Raw you want to talk about? Charlotte I thought she had an interesting promo. I thought it was good, but she kind of the crowd got her a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
And,
she definitely got distracted.
And I was hoping somehow we'd see the debut of the Bullet Club. Darn it. Not yet.
They still say it's coming.
We may see him at Extreme Rules. Then maybe they help out AJ Styles.
I was really shocked that there was no Triple H.
No Triple H. No Stephanie.
No Steph.
No John Cena. No Rock.
Well,
Brock.
Cena's not officially ready to come back. I don't think.
No Brock.
Yeah, Brock or Dean.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense if Dean was selling the match.
Right.
Kevin Owens coming out to the ring with a limp
That was
awesome.
nice.
It's nice to see them selling. Anything else?
They were worried that Sami Zayn actually got injured again, but
Yeah.
no, it was just to get Cesaro in.
Okay, good. Well, when I saw him land, I was like, shit.
Yeah.
I'm not
Here
again.
we go again.
But we're gonna see more Owens Zayn down there.
And I liked that. I liked how Reigns came out. Wasn't complete face. He was, it seems like a slow heel turn.
This is the Reigns we should have had this whole time.
But I liked how he's like, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm the guy.
Yeah, that's.
And I like that.
It may be a slow burn heel turn.
Yeah.
The Wyatts looks like they're turning character faces.
Yeah, they're testing that.
Yeah, they just came out and kicked the shit out of League of Nations. And did you see what one of the Young Bucks tweeted to Wade Barrett?
No.
Hey, don't worry about that. We would never do that in the Bullet Club. And I sent him a picture like, you sure about that? And it was AJ Styles laid out after the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega super kicked him. Dan, you got a Memphis wrestling moment?
Yeah, I'm looking at April 10th, 1978 here. And if we're going to do this from this corner, I'm going to need a freaking light over here. Let's see here. We'll start bottom to top. Jerry Bryant versus Frank Dalton. Norvell Austin versus Kojak. 6-man tag match. Steve Kyle, Tommy Gilbert, and The Brute versus Mr. Sicky, Al Costello, and El Diablo. Special challenge match, Bill Dundee versus John Louis with Sonny King. And Southern Heavyweight Championship match, one fall. No seconds at ringside. I guess it means no one in your corner.
Right.
Jerry Lawler versus Ron Slinker. And ring enclosed in wire. Doesn't say cage match. It says ring enclosed in wire.
We're talking like Cat 5 or?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think they had Cat 5 in 78.
It was like Cat 1 or something.
Yeah. It's category 3/4. Let's see. Ring enclosed in wire. Jimmy Valiant versus Sonny King. All right, let's go to the results. Jerry the King Lawler retained his Southern Heavyweight Wrestling title last night, defeating Ron Slinker in the main event at the show at the Coliseum. Other matches before a crowd of 5,096 had the team of Steve Kyle, Tommy Gilbert, and Bearcat Brown over Danny Davis, Al Costello, and El Diablo. It looks like they had some last-minute changes in that match. Let's see. John Louis pinned Bill Dundee. Jimmy Valiant fell by disqualification to Sonny King. And let's see here. Jerry Bryant beat Frank Dalton. And Norvell Austin fought to a draw with Kojak. So, and that was
very cool.
The attendance during that was 5,096. 5,096.
Small crowd.
5,096. If you brought 5,096 people to Minglewood Hall for a wildfire show,
Kevin Lawler would be quite happy.
yeah. Holy hell.
Well, that's all we got for this week. As we like to end every episode, we like to do Superstar of the Week. So, guys, I ask you, who is your Superstar of the Week?
I'm going to. I'm thinking Zayn. Zayn had a hell of a weekend.
Yes, he did. Very.
You know? Good showing in the ladder match. Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, yeah.
Can't say much more than that. You know, and he was on Raw on Monday. You know, he had a hell of a
I
weekend.
think he did get injured.
And he didn't get injured. Everybody thought he got injured. Everybody thought he got injured, but he didn't get injured.
Mike?
Enzo Amore.
Nice.
Fantastic.
And nice.
But do you know why? Because you can't teach
Oh.
Can't teach that.
Yeah. I gotta admit, I was miming. I was saying his promo. With
Oh, I was too. I jumped up off the couch. I'm not gonna lie.
My Superstar of the Week, I'm gonna go with Sting. Making his retirement from wrestling. You know, Sting, like I said, he's a favorite as a kid. If you were any kid, you know, because that was back when you rooted for the good guys and you rooted against the bad guys.
Right.
Sting was just that ultimate good guy at the time.
And we saw his only win in WWE.
I got to give Sting a hand high five that night. He touched this hand right here.
Damn it, I just have to shake my head when I think about that. It's like 3 matches in WWE.
And he was
signed
1-2.
1 year and 3 matches in WWE and you're done. You know?
And the only one won, and it wasn't on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And it was with John Cena.
You know? And you know, I hate to go off on a rant here, but like, you know, WWE has to realize they're making mistakes at some point, you know, and they're pulling the trigger too late in a lot of instances. You know, I realize both parties have to agree on a lot of things, but for God's sake, man, if you got a hot commodity that's free, scoop that bitch up and make some money.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, it kind of pisses me off, you know, because it's like,
And
why hesitate? Why, you know, just keep, you know, hesitating on signing, you know, stuff like Kurt Angle. You know, like Kurt Angle. That's a wasted opportunity there.
Yeah.
That's a wasted opportunity. There's so much potential to make money there. You know? And, you know, both parties have to agree. Kurt's got to agree. WWE's got to agree. You know, I realize that. But, you know, both of them are really missing the boat there on a lot of money. So, but, you know, that's just my opinion. I mean, I think there's a lot of missed opportunities for, you know, just the company to make money that they've missed on.
You can't be afraid to push somebody that you didn't create.
Exactly.
I mean,
and they created Kurt Angle, for God's sake.
Yeah.
So having him back is not a big damn issue, you know?
Well, that's going to be it for this week. Thank you for downloading and subscribing. The easiest way to get to this podcast is subscribing on iTunes. And while you're there, give us a quick 5-star review. Guys, it's been fun this week. It's been a lot of wrestling. Next week, we'll get back into, you know, we got Raw. We may have some local shows. We have Lucha Underground. I got to catch us up on the next couple of episodes. But, folks, thank you for listening and downloading. This has been the Oversell Podcast. Beat that fade out.
Yeah.
Save. Episode 49. Get logged in over here.
We're gonna try to do anything special for 50 next week.
I'm
We're gonna
not-
wait till an actual. Well, I mean, technically, we are at a year now. Because our first actual episode was WrestleMania recap from last year.
Yeah, I'm down for whatever. Dan, you got any guy you'd want to have on?
No, not really. Oh, I guess you'll kind of like this. Randy's pulling out of SGWA, but it's not public knowledge yet.
Oh, that sucks.
He wanted me to come with him to MEW.
Randy's going to MEW?
Randy's going to MEW.
Nice.
So
That's good.
I think they said the first show is back the 22nd or something.
Cool.
So
Are you gonna do it?
I told Randy I will be more than happy to do it as long as we don't do over the PA commentary. And he goes, "Oh, they do over the PA commentary?" I said they did for the whole time I was there.
put me with Brandon Ayers, or put you with Brandon Ayers or something. You know.
Yeah.
He's got too good of a voice not to be involved with that product. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I can shut
I'm
up.
perfectly fine with commentary, but for God's sakes, don't put it over the PA.
Bye.
Bye.